If it disagrees with experiment, it's wrong. And that simple statement is the key to science. It doesn't make a difference how beautiful your guess is. It doesn't make a difference how smart you are who made the guess or what his name is. If it disagrees with experiment, it's wrong.
Yeah, look, they said that I couldn't do it, so I went and did it. W's only, you know I've been winning. Top of the world, the globe is spinning. If you know, I've been on a what? Mission. Go. Okay, let's get it. Got a little time on my hands like a wristwatch. I don't got time for the breaks and the pit stop. Race through the gridlock, take it like Chris Rock. Right to the chin, still win. Heavy metals like Slipknot. Got the driving, I got tunnel vision. I just hit my stride the way I run the business. I've been making paper like I'm Dunder Mifflin. See the end game, I got one division. Look, I don't ever bother with a critic. Hit him with a chronicle of Riddick. Boom, bottle full of Ritalin. I hit him with a little bit of riddle me this, riddle me that. My bad, fella. No time to wait though. Elon Musk, I'm trying to bankroll. New Tesla just cause I say so. Electric whip like Ivan Vanko. I just did it. W's only, you know I've been winning. Top of the world, the globe is spinning. If you know, I've been on a mission. Okay, let's get it.
I've been on a mission like totally spice. I'm a baddie, she bad, but she totally nice. Nails are blue and her toes feel like white. They complete me med charter, the soul for my leg. He knew it for sure, but
What is up, party people? Change some things up real quick so I can look like I'm saying something over here. All right, here we go. All right, so what's up, people? All right, so a lot has happened, a lot to talk about, and more importantly, I have to go way over to the side to get my chat. Hang on, give me a second. All right, now it makes. What is up, Sean Smith? It's always exactly. There's always something when it comes to OBS. I hope you guys can hear me just fine. I hope the screen looks fine. Let me make something. There we go. Perfect. So, like the title says, I'm going to do an open panel today. So, if you want to come in, cool. If you don't, go type in the chat. I don't mind. I am watching the chat, so it doesn't make a difference. One of the things I definitely wanted to talk about was the awesome interview last night with Demon Stride and Will Duffy. I thought, personally, I thought it was that doesn't make sense. Okay, I really thought that it was going to come off really bad. I really thought that it was going to. I thought it was going to be one of those guys that just came in to clickbait, try to get views, and disappear. Right. I actually came away from that interview realizing that he is someone who is probably pretty fresh into flat Earth, doesn't really know much of the arguments, and because of the significance of what he wants to do compared to others that are around the community talking to flat earthers, it seemed like he was, just another clickbait guy. I really think he wants to do this. I think his motivations behind it are, more importantly, um, are good, right? You guys haven't seen that interview, I think the link is still in the chat in my description to this little mass media YouTube and the Discord. And then you'll see the interview there. I thought it was a great interview. Lasted about an hour. Pretty good. I'll get more into that, but I wanted to say, what's up, Barney? Great to see you. It's not that I haven't learned it. It's just there's my way of saying it. I can't help it. Let me get. I don't know if anybody has time for it, but I'm gonna go ahead and grab the link. Always easier. Get this going, and you guys can jump in if you will. Otherwise, there are many things I was going to talk about. There we go. We'll throw this in the chat. And you'll notice there's another name on the panel. That's just me. It's another way I can, if I want to be able to share, I can share a little easier. Figured that earlier. I didn't want to deal with it because it's easier to be on more than one one computer. So trying to do 6 things at once. All right, there we go. So if you want to jump on, we'll jump on. You saw the interview. I'd love to know what you guys thought about it. I've talked to a couple flat earthers about it that sounded like they had a change of heart on what they thought about the Duffy guy, just based on 8-9 years of hearing the same final experiment crap, and this one was I think a lot more genuine, especially because the guy sounds like he is willing to do it and have it. If you haven't heard, I'll give you a real good, clean, rough summary of what it is. Will Duffy, he's a pastor, which I believe makes zero difference to this. He had a flat Earth friend that I guess was at his church. They had got to talking, and she kind of started laying out, why she thought it was a flat Earth. And just like most of us, you hear these things, and instantly you're like, well, that can't be how it is, and you start looking into it. You come to a realization that a lot, and I mean a lot of the things that we learned in school, and then our understanding that we took from that is actually incorrect or very misguided in the understanding that we have for it. So what ends up happening is someone like Will Duffy, who really has zero clue about flat Earth, hears a lot of these things, figures this part out. He starts having a lot of questions. For him, it wasn't a should I be a flat earther question. It was a how can I show my friend or other flat earthers, more importantly, that we don't live on a flat Earth. And he came up with this idea to pick a glober and a flat earther and fly them, pay trip to South America and then to Antarctica. And at which point, this is going to be in December, at which point they'll be able to see the 24-hour sun or not, which would basically be, we've gone through this before, it would be impossible. I've even thought about this even deeper in depth about how impossible it would actually be on a flat Earth. So, with that being said, that's. But yeah, no worries, Barney. Any other time, man, anytime. Damn well you're more than welcome. But yeah, so I guess the idea of what he's doing right now is kind of what he wants to do is he wants to get a predominant flat earther, right, to go out there and then be able to convey what they see. We know he thinks that no matter what, he's going to see a 24-hour sun, and if a flat earther sees that he's going to convey that to everyone. Whether or not it will change them, I didn't really get the idea that that's the goal. It's his want, but not the goal. And ultimately in flat Earth, not in flat Earth as in this conversation is going to be done. If you've been here for more than a year, you will quickly understand that this conversation really isn't going to go anywhere because of everything that encompasses this conversation. So yeah, it's one of those things where it's just another experiment that will change, in my opinion, change a flat earther, maybe a few. If a big enough one goes out there, we'll see. So like I was saying, the main part of this is to see if any of these content creators are willing to step up to the plate, right? The Jarens, the Whitsits, the Dave Weiss, the et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. I don't know the full 24. I just know a few of them that I remember him saying. But this was one of the things that was a red flag for me, right? You can't just come out of nowhere, and this is my opinion. You can't come out of nowhere and then say, "Hey guys, I'm going to pay for you to go to Antarctica. If you don't say yes right now, you're pussies." Not everyone, but a lot of people were doing this. You can't really do that. But then what I realize is happening is that the Fight the Flat Earths, the MC Tunes, they're using it for what it is, to get views and content, and ultimately show flat Earth that it's wrong, whatever. But I think the motivations behind promoting this are two different things. And I think the Will Duffy guy is actually getting kind of tied up in that, and that's where he looks bad on one side. But I think he actually has honest intentions in doing this. So with that, it's it is what it is. What's up, Gleam? What's up, the Big Blue? So I finally, yesterday I didn't have it, but today I have my notepad. Let me move some stuff aside, see what's talkable. Okay, so like I said, the interview I thought was great. If you haven't seen it, go check that out. The link in the description I know is there for sure for Demon Stride's YouTube channel, where the interview is at. But I think the interview definitely did answer a lot of unanswered questions. It definitely filled the gaps in where a lot of Globers are running around talking about this trip. I think is two different things, and I think if you really want to understand why this guy Will Duffy is doing this, I think you guys should listen to the interview because he actually lays out exactly why he's doing this, and the motivations, the goals, um, the reasoning for the uploads that he has, because a lot of those uploads seemed weird. He actually admitted that the uploads were kind of off-putting, but without context to a lot of it. It seemed that way. He understood that, and was one of the big motivations for him to want to be doing the interview, to fill in those gaps, to fill in the answers that a lot of people had, and more importantly, what I felt was important, that he stopped a lot of the Globers from trying to make this thing something it wasn't, right? Trying to call out people incorrectly, I guess you would say, without understanding the context of what they're even calling out. Sorry about that. But yeah, like I said, I thought it was really good. Go check that out. So a lot of the other things that I have been seeing. Hello, Glover Mom. How you doing? So some of the other things that I've been hearing about. Let's go back. Looking at my papers. Okay, I'm going to go back a second. Back to the final experiment. One of the things that I honestly question a lot, and wonder if you guys are questioning the same thing. Do you think it really will change anything when it comes to flat Earth versus the globe? Because I personally don't think it will. I think it's an individual thing that we have all decided to make a group argument. At best, I think it will change whoever does go, because they will see a 24-hour sun. And at the very least, maybe if they're predominant enough, maybe one or two people may secretly leave flat Earth or whatever. But the idea that that just changes a bunch of people's minds because one person says something obviously isn't going to change anything. That's one of the biggest problems that we saw originally, right? Everyone that came into defining flat Earth, not becoming one, but finding flat Earth, had their, oh, I know it's a globe because of this. And looking back, I wish I understood the details and understanding of things, to make that claim, and then not, I don't want to say be persuaded, but not realize over the years that I really had no clue, and then tried to jump in that argument, because I think what makes a flat earther literally is not understanding the globe and thinking you do. And then do we really understand the globe? I mean, there's not one person here that's going to sit here and say they're 100% right about everything, except for the few rocket scientists that we actually do have in the community. But hey, even on the professor level, I don't think everyone's going to be correct on that. What's up, Broken? Broken says they already know the outcome. Maybe. Again, if looking back again, if when I was flat Earth, um, and even had my doubts, one of the main things that I remember thinking in my head is that I needed to understand things or physically be able to do the experiment or physically go out and do an observation to see these things. Um, I think if there was a point where I at no point was thinking I was going back to the globe, and someone said I want to take you to Antarctica, and I didn't, and it wasn't like a conspiracy thing where like they're gonna take me out, or no, it was like a real let's figure it out. I would go even though I had thought it wasn't real. But yeah, again, there are a lot of people that I know for a fact in flat Earth content creators from when I was around that are still around that I am 1,000% positive they don't want to go for one, and they already know it exists. I think that would be the determining factor on who goes. And let's get one thing straight: any flat earther that is a content creator, um, that isn't jumping up, and this is for real, that isn't jumping up to go because it's being paid for. Um, I think every flat earther should question. Absolutely. Just in the fact that a flat earther should be going to, and I don't really know the details about Jern. It's just a name that popped up in my head who is a content creator who gets a lot of views. Um, if he really believes it's flat, in my opinion, he should want to go for his view, for his flat Earth followers, right? And be able to go, hey guys, it's time to show them there is no 24-hour sun. Because one thing I do know is that Will Duffy's never been there. I've never been there. I don't think any of us. I'm going to say that lightly that none of us have been to Antarctica. So none of us can say in December the 24-hour sun is there. I've seen it. We understand it's there. Don't think this is an argument that it may not be. But like I said, any flat earther, I mean, who's going to pass up a free trip to Antarctica for any reason besides, weigh the scale and figure out whether or not make more money in a year than that trip is worth losing. But, hey, my opinion. But again, like I said, the Will Duffy guy, I definitely have different feelings about his motivations for this. And good on him. Hey, if that's what he wants to do and he has the money, let him do it. I do hope that it's not in the end, that it's not, oh, well, Whitsitt, Jaron, and Dave Weiss said they're not going, so therefore we're not going. I do hope, at the very least, he takes his friend, the flat earther that kind of started this whole situation, right? I hope she gets the opportunity to go and learn what's there and what's not there. Um, Personally, you don't have to do that. You can go to Australia, go to South America. There are a lot of places you can go and figure out whether or not we live on a flat Earth or not. Right? From South America, Africa, and Australia, there's something that happens every single time, and for 6 months. Right? You get really long days, really long days. It's just not possible. Remember how the only way it would be possible is if the sun sped up really quick. I mean, these things are very simple. It shouldn't even be down to arguments anymore for the flat Earth side right now. It's opportunity. I hope to see flat Earth live streams, discords, at some point. Go, why don't we send someone out there? I mean, I get why these predominant ones aren't, but why aren't the flat earthers that don't make content, don't understand flat Earth completely, still learning themselves? You guys should be the ones asking Darren and any person you get flat Earth from, who should go? Why aren't you going? It shouldn't be the Globers doing that. The Globers shouldn't have to ask flat Earthers at all. The flat Earth community should be asking these people, hey, Jaren, you put a lot of content out there. Thank you. I'm trying to get all my information from you. I think it'd be a great idea for you to go to Antarctica to prove to them Glovers that they're wrong and we're right. But you don't even see that part. I think that should be the main focus. What is up, Twitwit? I'm so happy to see you. It's been a very long time. What up, Anamorphic Minds? What's up, Chalo? What's up, Fred? Trying to read you guys' stuff right now. Lower Mom said it wouldn't that have already been made. Yeah, it's very weird. The excuses part, um, and let me, like I said, before the interview that I heard last, sorry about that. Before the interview that I saw last night, um, I would have said it was justified, but I've also gone deeper and and started hearing what flat earthers were, outside of the interview, outside of uh, the main discords that I'm a part of, and a lot of them they have just discounted it completely, and I'm gonna be honest, I think the reason it's being discounted by flat Earth is because of the people that were representing this final experiment when it first came into the community, um, and I hope a lot of flat earthers watched the interview last night, so they got the actual the questions being asked, because that was the important part. This is something that you guys need to understand too. Um, when Demon Stride came into this interview, it was off of me, him, and a couple other people having a conversation about the final experiment, and I see Earth. Let me get you in here real quick. What's up, sir? All right, in here now. I see you in here with one, but I don't see you in here with the other. And give me a second, because you're not in here for the main one you're supposed to be in here for. All right, there you go. Now let's see why I can't hear you. You should be able to. Happened yesterday. Demon Stride. I think it's on your end. Make sure your audio microphone part is set. That may be. Yeah, because if I remember correctly, yesterday it was Demon Stride settings that were the issue. Yeah, make sure. Yeah, I remember yesterday. I don't think there's anything I can do on my side unless. Yeah, I'm not on my side. Hang on, give me a second. Sorry about this. Like I said this yesterday. I have to get used to everything. So that's not good. Yeah, I'm pretty sure, Earth, if you're hearing me in the YouTube chat, when you come in, let me know if you tried changing your microphone settings, because yesterday that was the issue, I think, when Demon Stride came in. But yeah, you can jump in and out. I see you. I see you here. I see you talking. Give me a second. Don't leave yet. The problem is that I don't need this call. All right, there you go. There's one. Yeah, it's got to be on your side, I think. Because let me try changing this real quick. Works. Changing my headphone settings, see if maybe that is the issue. Yeah, I'm not really sure what it is, Earth. I apologize. Don't know why it's not working. But that will be something to figure out. Okay. So again, I apologize, Earth. If you come back in again, we'll see if get you going. All right, let's try that. Okay. Earth is here, but it can't be seen. Yeah, I'm not really sure why it's doing that. Ah, there we go. All right, so you're here. Now let's see if we can hear you. Yeah, see, I don't get it because he's not muted. Now let's go to settings. All right, I know what the problem is.
Can you hear me
Now, yep. All right, it was my side. It was my end. I apologize. All right, yeah, it was on my end. I apologize. I'm sorry, everyone.
Can you hear me?
It was yes, I can hear you now.
Oh, so what I did was because I got Bluetooth headphones and maybe that's why.
Well, that's what
So
it
I
was.
switched to my speaker.
No, it was my end. So if you can do whatever you want on your side, it was my end. So
All right.
the way my meets setup was set up so I could hear, but no one else could. So I had to switch it to my big audio settings. So we're good now, though. Everyone can hear
All
us.
right. Can you still hear me?
Yes, absolutely.
All right. Cool. So I saw that Barney popped up.
Yes. Yeah, he popped in. He said he couldn't join
Wow.
today, but yeah, he's still around. I've talked to him a few times, like here and
Wow.
there. I would
Old
love for
Barney's
Barney to
still
join.
kicking.
What are you talking about? He's
I like
younger than us.
and even Twitwit. Wow.
Yep, I saw her in there.
The old
Been a very long time.
the whole crowd is coming back.
Yep. So I like to say, I like to first say thank you because no one knew. B-Ball, his name is fucking B-Ball. I don't care if his name is Earth's Life right now.
Yeah.
He's the reason the whole interview happened. He emailed Duffy, and Duffy contacted Demon Stride. So thank you on that. That was big because
Oh, no
you
problem.
were one of the people that me and Demon Stride were using as a punching bag about this whole situation.
I know. Yeah, I know. You guys are fucking. It was kind of like a heated debate that one day. Yeah,
Yeah.
and I'm trying to tell you, like, damn, just watch the videos. Like, I'm not fucking watching them, man. You should be able to tell me, regurgitate all the information from the video. And I'm like, okay, man. But yeah,
But
I
here's the
mean, I'm
thing.
glad you finally seen it. Go ahead.
But I'm justified in what I was saying because I did want. I ended up going to his channel and watching all the videos because they're all like 2 minutes, 4 minutes, a couple are 8 minutes long. I
Yeah.
did watch them, and he comes across extremely smug in all of them. Now, here's the thing. He even said, I know that he said, it comes across that way, but that was the reason he wanted to do the interview. So that like he understands, like he made it clear that he's making content and he's trying to
Uh-huh.
challenge flat earthers to do this. So I get where that comes across.
Yeah.
But the interview definitely made it clear that is content, and then there is his justified reason for wanting to do this and his means for doing it. And it did change my mind. I do
Right.
give him credit for what he wants to do.
Right. So I mean, really can't really compare it to things that have happened in the past because it's a hell of a lot different. Like he's literally coming out of his own pocket. I mean, 60 grand is a
Uh,
lot of money. You know what I mean?
now
I'm pretty sure he's got. Go ahead.
the journey up to this, I think, is admirable. It hasn't
Right.
happened
Right.
yet. He could just disappear. We don't know this, right? But I'm giving
Right.
him the benefit of the doubt now. Where before I wasn't, I definitely am now.
Right. 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 You know what I mean? He just wants to see it happen. He wants,
Hmm?
and I agree. Like, yeah, let's make it happen
Yeah,
because just like you said, they've been saying it for years. Yeah, if we see it, the Earth is a globe, and now we put your money. The money is there. The trip is almost well damn near solidified. So here you go. Let's do it. And now,
yeah.
what do we see? A lot of them are kind of backing out. I guess he did say that there are some that are willing to go. So I
But
mean, I
see,
guess
that was
that's
important.
that's good. But go ahead.
And this is why I'm very happy that interview happened, because that was brought up, and he even said, he has flat earthers willing to go, so the trip is gonna
Right.
happen. But I now understand why he wants to 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 see if these predominant flat earthers are willing to go first. I get
Exactly.
that now.
The ones
It
with
does
the
make a
big
lot more sense.
following. Right. The ones with the larger following. That's going to affect more. Reach a broader audience.
Yes, yeah. Um, Now, if it was, if he had came on and it was like, nope, there's a 24 on this list, and if all of them say no, then we know they're full of shit. Then it would have changed my
Yeah.
thoughts. But he definitely
Right.
did say he has other people. Um, I didn't like he didn't say who it was, but at the same time, I get it, right? I
Right.
want to know, so it irritated me he didn't say anything, but it's okay. Like I said, I now give him the benefit of the doubt. I definitely think it's the Globe content creators using this content for their gain, which is fine. That make this experiment look bad though.
I mean, you gotta look at it from like you said, from a content creator's standpoint, especially if you're
Mhm.
in the argument. This definitely is going to be used as ammunition. Remember that time
Oh
we
yeah,
offered you guys a trip to Antarctica and you didn't want to go after all the years saying you would go, and now it's yeah, absolutely,
but
absolutely. We're going to
realistically,
use it as a
that's but see, here's the problem. Will that argument be used now or after the trip when it should be used? That's the issue.
yeah. I get it. I get it. I mean, hell, both. I say both.
Yeah, like I
And
think both
now
too.
if it doesn't happen, we'll cross that bridge when it comes, right? We'll say, well, it didn't happen. Okay, we'll take the fucking L for that. We wanted it to happen, but it's always there for someone. If they really wanted to, they could go down there. They could
Oh yeah.
put up the money and they can go themselves.
Well, I think, and another reason that I do give a lot of props to him now for it is this, and it's very important. Um, your mic is really choppy. Uh,
Oh, hold on. Oh, yeah, sorry.
yeah, no worries. Is that I lost train of thought? Okay, back, got it. Is that regardless, how do I say? I had a way if I wanted to say it, but I completely forgot it because I was doing something in between. Um, hang on, back to this. All right, I remember now. Sorry about that, guys. Oh no. Okay, I may drop for a second, but if I do, it'll be okay. So I'm just gonna talk through. Hopefully, it's working. My computer is doing a little
Yeah, I still hear
function at
you.
the moment. Okay, cool. I'll just let. Okay, cool. It's back on. Okay, so like I was saying, I think one of the good things about it also is one that he has other flat earthers, But more important than this, he has made it very clear that the most important part about this whole thing is the ideas, the adding to this thing. The people that are going, fly drones. What if it's cloudy? All these things that they're adding to it. Hey, flat Earth. This dude has money. Anything you can think of that would um, help you come to a conclusion, say it to him. Why not? This is like a perfect opportunity. Whether it's a drone or a compass. Why hasn't anyone set a compass to this damn man yet? Use a compass near the South Pole. Let's see what the fuck happens. Stuff like that. Um, the biggest thing I heard yesterday, actually, from a flat earther that I wouldn't really deem as opinionable. Um, he was saying stuff like, "How do they know where they're going to be?" Um, Perfect opportunity. Use a live GPS tracker or have the guys.
Right, right. I would say so. The GPS tracker, right? Wolfie has already agreed to donate two GPS trackers, so that part is covered.
Okay, so let's see. Hey, what up, Race? What up, Alk? So what else could there be?
Okay, what? What?
Yeah, Alk's in there.
Oh shit! Whoa. Okay.
Everyone's here. Even Gary Rapinga's here.
Everyone's coming out the woodwork.
Hey, Gary, did you get a chance to watch the interview that Demon Stride had last night with Will Duffy? I
It's
mean,
about Gary White Banger. Yeah, I don't think Gary cares.
yeah, I don't
He
think I've
doesn't
ever heard
care.
him talk about Antarctica. I don't know.
No, he's kind of stuck on his one argument, so I don't even think he cares at all.
Well, like I said, for everyone that would like to, the link is in there in the chat. You guys can join anytime. Yeah, I mean that's the most important thing. Instead of asking so much where they should like if they'll go, they should just start
Yeah.
telling Will what he should add to this experiment that he can be doing down there.
Yes. Yes. Yeah. I mean, and yeah, they should be making all types of suggestions. Like a drone, send up a balloon or something. That'd be a good one too. Because I think if you get high enough over Antarctica, you could probably see the entire continent
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah.
if you
Fuck
get
that.
high enough.
Oh, yeah. I wonder. That's a good question. I wonder how much you can see from 100,000 feet.
Yeah. Because if you go up and you make a 360 around and you see water, that's another dead giveaway too. If you see water around you 360 degrees, that's a dead giveaway. I mean, you're on the bottom of the earth or you're on Antarctica. It's not a ring around the outside of the fucking flat earth.
That's the case. Just fly a plane around it. Keep watching out the window. See how
There
many
you go.
turns and do you see land on the other side? Stuff like that. That'd be pretty simple.
Right. And do you agree? Well, I'm not gonna say you agree, but that most flat earthers are gonna say, well, if the sun goes behind a mountain, then that's game over. I mean, don't they
I mean,
realize
that's
that even if it goes behind a mountain for even a, a, a few minutes or a second, the sun is still going behind you, even if it goes around it behind a mountain.
oh yeah. That was one of the things that I had thought about when I first heard about this. It's even if in the South they got 16 to 18 hours of daylight, just daylight, it doesn't work.
Right.
Other places on Earth are seeing the sun that if that for that to work wouldn't be seeing the sun. It, 3/4. Matter of fact, what I think I looked at it, it would be like 3/4 of Earth would need to be lit by the sun for an 18-hour day in anywhere in the southern hemisphere for it to be on a
Right.
flat Earth. It's very convoluted. Like it's impossible. It's very hyper. I love this word hyper specific. to want a 24-hour sun to see it for 24 hours
Yeah.
when realistically you don't even need to go that far.
No. I mean, even if they claim, "Oh, you're not seeing the sun." I mean, okay. So I've put this out a lot, right? There's a channel called Arctic Streams that whoever this gentleman was, he worked in Antarctica, right? Or he had access to the live stream cameras that were down there, and he would post on this channel. Um, the camera was stationary, of course, but the sun would literally go around. You can see the shadows going around in circles in the building. And I've posted this little GIF from this channel many times. Um, there's 100 and like there's tons of videos, but he made a playlist of 112 where it's just in the summertime, where it's the sun is going around. So that claim that, oh, there's not that many videos of the sun, oh, that's false, because there are many videos of 24 hours of daylight. Even if you're
Well,
not seeing the sun, you can see the light, whatever it is in the sky, making shadows going 360 degrees around objects and around buildings. Which, I mean, what else would it be other than the sun making the shadows?
yeah, that and therein lies your problem. Um, let's say Jaron goes. Let's say Whitsitt goes. Let's say Dave White. Let's say all three of them go, and they
Yeah.
get this beautiful footage of a 24-hour sun. Why is their footage going to be any different than any footage we've already shown?
It's not.
So, and I think this, I was saying this from the very beginning. The final experiment is only the final experiment for the people that go, realistically.
Right, right. That is true. Yep. That's well. Maybe there might be a few
Yeah,
that
yeah.
are those religious followers of them that are like, yeah, I think we were wrong.
Well,
But do
well,
do you
to
realize,
be
Sean,
clear,
that only you would? Go ahead.
this has nothing to do with the religious factor.
Yeah,
Yeah, because I do remember it was brought up in the interview uh, about it because it being, I guess, going through his church or something, and he said no. He is a pastor. That is absolutely true. He said that. He just said that a friend that had been at his church in conversation had brought up flat Earth. So yeah, it's not, it has
yeah,
nothing to do
the,
with the religious
yeah.
aspect of it or argument or anything like that,
Right,
which I also thought was
right,
pretty
right.
important. I was worried that if he was going to say it had something to do with religion, because because Demon Stride, when it comes to religious talk, he loves to talk about it and then denounce it basically.
Yeah, I don't even get into religious stuff, but Sean, do you realize that you would only need two pictures for this? If they went down there, all they would need to do is take two pictures, right? You take one facing in one direction, right? You're holding a compass. You can see which direction you're facing. Take it. Take one picture where the sun is in front of you, right? And then you wait 12 hours until the sun is behind you and take another picture showing like a compass showing which direction you're facing. That would be all you would need, because you got the sun in front of you, right? Then you got the sun behind you.
I
Or
after
maybe four pictures, right? Maybe four pictures. You have one facing all four directions instead of doing a live stream or for 24 hours.
That's true. I mean,
I think you
I,
yeah,
I mean, it's as simple as just going there.
right, right.
It,
But the evidence has to be collected also.
yeah, well, yeah, obviously, and you got to get people to do it. And again, at the very least, because he said this very clearly. He said if everyone, let's say pretend everyone backed out, Duffy's still going. Duffy still plans on taking video and doing different type of
Yeah,
experiments. Like he wants to bring something back. So I mean, at the very
yeah,
very least, it's still content to further our further argument, which I think is good. Because again,
Yeah,
let's get something straight. Because I'm pretty sure you like for most of you guys again because the conversation I'm going to talk about now happened previous to me live streaming, so it wasn't really heard by a lot of people. You're super loud right now.
yeah.
Whatever's in your
Oh,
background.
sorry. Hold on.
Yeah. So a lot of people don't know the argument that I had, and right off the bat, and I'll make it very clear, I assumed 100% that this was just another clickbait guy who was jumped into the arena to get views for whatever reason and disappear. I mean, because happened 1,000 times, and I wholeheartedly made it. It wasn't to me wasn't really so much about flat Earth and whether or not they were willing to go. It was about the validity of this guy's argument and what he was bringing to the table. Um, but I've heard him now, and like I said, I think he's genuine. So there is that side of me that understands how ridiculous flat Earth is and how ridiculous thinking that any of these content creators are going to go and still be content creators is pointless. They're not going to do it. But I like I said, for the two that do get to go, congratulations. That would be that'd be awesome. I couldn't do it. I have too many responsibilities. But that's life. But hey, someone's willing to do it. If anything, throw out 101 ideas because he's willing to do them.
Yeah, yeah. I think. I mean, if I had a chance, I probably would go. But I don't like the cold. So
Oh,
I know it's gonna
oh,
be
hang on.
fucking freezing down there.
Oh,
But
yeah. Okay, so Blue, because Blue said something that Duffy did say towards the end of the interview that there was a something chance that he wouldn't be going. Um, if he
yeah, I did hear him
it
say that in another
without the
interview.
interview, I would have said told you so to everyone. Um, it didn't seem what's the word I'm looking for? It didn't seem to have be a loaded
Not
statement
genuine.
or have anything behind it, right? It didn't seem like it was like he was always leaving a way to back out type of thing. So I don't think it was the biggest deal that he said that, Blue, but it is something, right? If nothing happens, but well, here's the thing: if nothing happens, it just makes all the content creators that aren't going look stupid. All the Globers, Craig's, the MC Tunes, because they're all the ones talking about how any flat earther that's going to back out from saying before those type of things, they're the ones that are going to be affected by it. I don't think argument wise they will.
Yeah, I mean, either way, it's just it's more like I said, it's more ammunition. Like we have the live streams, we have the videos of it happening. Yes, none of us have actually been there, but we have no reason to doubt the videos that are already present. You know what
Yeah,
I'm saying?
exactly. That's why I do think the only thing I would change for this is the Glover. Why are you bringing a Glover? Bring two flat earthers. Period.
Yeah, just two
Doesn't
flat earthers.
matter.
Yeah, I agree.
You know what I mean? I don't think the Glober
Yes,
really needs to be there at all.
right.
But hey, I don't know. I don't know the motivation behind why a Glober has to go when he could. But like I don't think anyone gives a f what Glober goes. Like why? Who cares? Duffy's the
That's true because
Glober.
we already know it. Yeah, we already know what they're gonna see. You know, we like you said earlier. I believe some of them already know what they're gonna see, and they're making excuses not to go.
hundred
You
percent.
know, like David Weiss. David Weiss knows he. You know, why did he back out? What's the
Yeah.
reason
Well.
behind him backing out?
Yeah. Because here's the thing. This is the same. This is one of the reasonings that I went through when I left Flat Earth. If anything, um, revolutionary, right? That would change science or change the shape of the how we understand the shape of the Earth. In the books wise, realistically, um, if it was if a flat earther in the context of this community brought it up and quote unquote founded it or whatever, it would change everything. But it's not changing anything. It doesn't even matter if um, someone typed it in the chat. If it would go up the ladder, and then we'd find out that it was actually wrong, and then shit would start changing. I've been here for 10 years, and nothing Flat Earth has done is actually changing science. And you can
No,
say it's hiding
no,
things, but at the same time, you're not showing that it's actually changing science. It's just your opinion of science.
right. And then just because more and more people are maybe joining flat Earth or are now aware of flat Earth doesn't make that doesn't mean that it's it has any more validity than it did back when Eric Dubay first put out his fucking video and everyone started following it.
Yeah,
You know?
exactly. I will always say that it's rooted in misunderstanding. I don't. Um, I think it's talked about incorrectly. The reason I don't run around talking about how dumb flat earthers are is because I don't think they're dumb. I think a lot of them just don't understand enough.
Just misled.
And and
Right.
once you start on a path of misunderstanding, it's very easy to fill the gaps in with more misunderstanding, and that's what makes a
Yep.
flat earther. Not being dumb, because
Right.
trust me, there are so many fucking dumb globers. I think there are vastly more dumb
Yeah.
globers than there are flat
That.
earthers.
Yeah. Yeah. I would say there are out there. Hey, Sean, I gotta get out
Yes.
of here, man. I might be listening in the background, but I gotta get back to work. I'm kind of bullshitting right now.
Yeah, hey, no, man. I
But
appreciate you
I'll
coming on.
probably hop back on and yeah, no problem.
Yeah, well, I'm going to be on for another half hour or so. Not going to be too much longer. Like I said, I got still getting used to doing the live stream thing, so my energy level does
Yep.
start to peak at a certain point. I don't know. There will be a little
Yep.
bit
Yep.
before we're doing the 3 to 5 hour streams. Uh, once we get
Yeah.
more people on panels and shit.
Yeah. Well,
I do appreciate it.
congratulations for finally getting back on. It's been years now. Hopefully we can
Yes.
fucking get Jose back on, and I don't know what he's got going on, but
I haven't heard from
welcome
him.
back.
Yeah, thank you. I appreciate that, and it's definitely going to be a regular thing from now on. Uh, for the 4 years, been 4 years. I have
It's been
absolutely
four
missed it.
years.
It's been
Yeah.
4 years. Yeah, if you when last time
Wow.
if you look on my YouTube channel, the last live stream previous to the
It was a debate.
was
It was a debate with
yeah,
Babs. A
yep.
debate with Babs, and he's not
And it
even a flat
says
earther anymore.
yep, and it says 4 year. It was 4 years ago.
Wow. Well, all right, Sean. I gotta go, man. Have a good one.
Yes. Have a good one, my friend.
All right.
Yeah, so good. Thank you, Bebo. That was awesome. If anyone wants to join the channel, the link's in the chat. Like I said, I'm not going to be on longer. I can already feel my level going down. I got to get used to doing this still. Very, I remember it, but I got to get my body has to get used to it. So sitting in this one spot for the continuous amount of time is starting to get to me already. And I'm not even set up at a desk right now. I'm set up in my living room. So as 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 I say, as the streams continue on, it's gonna get better. I promise. Sound's gonna get better. The topics will get better. The panels will start filling up when people start realizing that I'm back. Um, yeah, I definitely think the final experiment is a good idea, just in the sense of more content to show that we know what the fuck we're talking about. I think it's an opportunity for flat earthers to go, I want this test to be done, and it get done, and then them go, okay, I have something else to think about. Because that realistically is the best win you're going to get with a flat earther at this point. Them looking into something, maybe trying to further their understanding to it. It's just that it helped me a lot, and thinking of it that way will help them a lot. If when you present your evidence to them, um, sometimes it's just not even worth it. Let me see here. Go back into the chat first. Yeah, exactly. Tweet was said. Anything if any flat earthers basically that hear YouTube Globers talking about it, it's not. It doesn't work. Like I've said, I wouldn't want anyone just to hear me and just go, "That's how it is." I like to spark interest. I like you to go, "Hey, that idea, that topic, that something is being talked about. Let's go check into it." John's opinion was that. What's going to be mine? Um, that's all I could ever ask. But there are a lot of Globe content creators that are like, "I spoke, therefore I am God," and it is. I've always thought it was weird, and I have a really, really bad habit of calling it out, um, which is probably why some of you know that people like Craig, Fight the Flat Earth, won't be anywhere near me. He doesn't like that I call out his stick. I think it's a weird game. Weird. That's all I got to say about it. It's weird. Um, but there were other things I was going to talk about that I don't think I'm going to get 100% into, but I definitely going to want to talk about. I'm not sure if you guys, I've heard a lot of people talking about it, but I do want to like probably do like a full live stream about the Terrence Howard interview with Joe Rogan. Um, I thought I thought it was amazing because the dude's obviously smart as fuck, but uh, if you fact check a lot of the stuff he says, uh, I think he may be a little cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs. That is just my opinion. Well, my opinion and millions others now, but we'll see. It's one of those weird things because as far as I'm concerned, he's full electric universe um, to the full extent. If you did listen to it, you would probably hear bits and pieces of stuff you've heard, like guys like Witsit say. Um, and anybody who's really been around who knows like Grimm, Thunderbolt Project or whatever it's called. It basically Terrence Howard was reading out of their handbook and then icing a lot of it with shitty cake. It was weird. Um, I thought it was funny. Yeah, Glover. That's exactly how. Like, it was weird. At the very beginning, he sounded. At the very beginning of the interview, it sounded like he was. It wasn't that he was onto something. It was that he was smart. Is that he understood more than you expected this very talented actor to know. But then, what I call the mountaintop of conspiracies, where you sound logical, right? As you're climbing that mountain, you're giving the evidence that makes you understand it to be this way. And this is also, this is where my flat Earth and then globe thing happened. So this is what happens: you're climbing the mountain, and your evidence to other people as you're explaining it sounds reasonable. Sometimes it may be a little off, but there's a logical path in your mind and somewhat logical to others how you got to where you're getting to in this conversation. But then what happens is once the person who is explaining this thinks they got you in their head because they've said enough of that evidence for you, they get to the tip, and that's that point, and then they start falling, tumbling down the mountain. One of the best examples would be someone who thinks UFOs are real and thinks there's a possibility for aliens, and then they want to tell you how they found crop circles and they think probing is real and they think that they put implant little things in your body. That would be a perfect example of the mountain, right? They climbed the mountain and then they got to the top and they told you about the fucking probing and all that other stuff. I think that's what Terrence Howard did. And once he fell off that, he tumbled big time, right? It was very weird, very weird. I want to get into it more about the stuff he was saying, and then like going into what he was saying, not just my opinion like I'm doing right now, because I think I share the same opinion about the interview as everyone else does. Yeah, he's so that was the first thing Glover Mom. Glover Mom says he's a genius because he has 97 patents. This is something that was the very first thing that I went check it out, see what he has as his patents. And mind you, I did two Google searches. First Google patents, and then I did the National Patent Registry or whatever it is. Terrence Howard does have patents, three of them. Two of them are for like what? You know what? This is exactly why. Give me a second. I'm gonna show you guys. I don't know if my screen's gonna change. I think I'll do it. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna bring it up on my other account. So I'm gonna show you guys. So basically, I'll bring it up. I'm gonna talk about it as I bring it up. Um, he has He has three patents. Those patents. So yeah, those patents. Two of them are still existing, and then the most important one that I that was the red flag for me, or what I consider to be, that going over the hill thing counts, was that levitation one that he was talking about. He said, yeah, like some way of like levitating, flying cars, blah 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 blah. That was the only patent of everything he said that had like real relevance to science, and even that one was basically redacted. I don't even know what you call it. Hang on. That's why I want to do it this way, because if I go get it and present it, then it'll be easier. And mind you, the two different sources both say the same thing. So it's not like when I show you this, it's going to be the weaker of the sources. It is just the sources. Um, Going to it right now as I'll be able to share it with you guys. Share on here. Perfect. There we go. Patent. Terrance Howard. It's not shit. You guys see? Okay, so this is what the patents for Terrance Howard. Much easier. I remember. Find his. Find it right. I think I'll find it. Yeah, but it's like two for like watches or something. I don't remember exactly. That's why I wanted to find it. That's the weird part because now I can't even find it. Back in. This is a bunch of stuff. Okay, yeah. So that's what it was. So I'm seeing it right now. So of the three, you guys can look into it more, but more importantly, we'll just go off of what I was trying to say. So one of them was the the levitation one where he changed the way things like flying cars and basically from what I remember it being, it was basically you remember the tablet UFO, the one that looks like a little what do you call those things? Kind of little candy. I don't even remember what they're called. Doing things that like defied gravity and physics. He basically explained that his new patent was able to do that, and that patent, just so you know, was basically thrown out. I guess is the way they termed it at the time. And then the other ones were for like jewelry and for some like toy and like that kind of stuff. But more importantly, that's why I was saying I wanted to talk about it, probably for another stream so we can actually get into it because I thought it was very telling how he like it was very weird what he did and how he was doing that. Um, all right. You count, I guess, Blue, if you're still here, I know you said you've done this type of stuff before. If he's an inventor and he has another name on it, is he still applied as an inventor of it? So here's one that is just titled to him, Terrence Howard. It's a reel for a gaming or an assessment machine. That's one of them. Here's another one for the gaming machine. Probably upgrade like when you re-sign it or whatever you call it. Like these are all like gaming equipment stuff. Some of them are the same. That's just some of them that are there. I don't know. But yeah, I wanted to get into that because basically, like I said, he's just EU, Electric Universe, for some of you guys who don't know what that is. And I think, out of here. So, and I think that's just, I think it was just weird. And believe it or not, I've heard a lot of flat earthers uh, say it was at the detriment, right? Say that he was crazy and all that kind of stuff, even though that 90% of the stuff he was saying they argue as well. I thought that was very weird. That talking about before. Yeah, so we're doing that pretty soon, probably probably tomorrow maybe. I know yesterday I said it would be probably an every other day thing, but I think the best way for me to get all these little bugs out of the systems and get used to doing this again is just doing it a lot. So I probably will be live streaming tomorrow. I'm gonna reach out to I know you guys are gonna love this. I'm gonna reach out to Brian Leakey. I heard him talking about some stuff today that I'd like to talk to him one on one about. More importantly, want to start getting a few one-on-one discussions here with people. I don't really like calling them debates because I don't like the whole back and forth 5 minute thing. I think having a genuine discussion about it is better. I want to get the panels back going, obviously. I think that is something that is very missing from this. And I think that Discord makes it almost impossible to have good conversations because obviously, if you have 20 to 40 people in one Discord voice call, um, and one flat earther, it just becomes a shit show almost every single time. Um, Vice versa, depending on what server you're in. That's just a situation that usually does happen. So I'd like to make it back to how it was, how me and Jose intended it to be, right? Um, Honest, good conversation, back and forth presentations, showing things. Again, it's going to be everything under the sun. It's not just flat Earth out that I want to talk about. There's a lot of things that I have issues with that I like to hear from Glovers when they talk about it, and why they talk about it. I think there's a lot of ego-driven Glovers that I'd love to argue with. Obviously, um, anyone knows me that 90% of the arguments that I will get into are probably going to be from Glovers, and they're probably going to be not what a lot of people like to called out on, but I can't help it. Sure. That's okay. I see. Yeah. Well, I'm not Blue. If you saw that, did it seem like it to me? It just seemed like he was boasting about like he didn't have 97 patents. He just applied 97 times. What I felt it was like. Yeah, that's what I thought was very weird about what he was saying. Um, One of the biggest red flags about it was that he said he had 97 patents, probably about 20 different times. And if you're that confident in what you're doing, you don't need to be significant about how many patents. You should probably just talk about the importance of that patent and application, more importantly, of that patent. Because when I looked, the most important one that he actually had a patent for, was that levitation thing. But one of the things that I luckily got to learn when going through all this back in the day was that um, you'd anybody anybody can throw out a patent for something. Um, all a patent is basically your notes to how you came up with this, why you're coming up with this, and then making sure no one else comes up with it. That's it. So if you come up with a bunch of crap and you file it into the patent office, it may get filed because the patent office isn't doing experiments for the validity of these things. They're just you applied it correctly, or you applied for it to be filed correctly. It's filed. That's all. That's as simple as it is. And then if it does work, and someone else tries to use it, then you're accredited for it. But if it doesn't work, then it just sits in the office until you stop paying for it not to be worth a shit, and then it falls off. That's how it works. So he could have patents all day. But the patent that, like I said, the one with this levitation thing, where he was able to manipulate the electromagnetic field, is how he put it. Um, it was a dead patent. Like the patent is unapplicable. Like it doesn't. There's nothing in it that is applied to anything, and it's not used. Is basically how it's scripted in the field notes on it. Uh, All right, have a good one, Twitwit. Thank you for coming in. It's great to see you. Also, climate change. Oh, man. Uh, the biggest thing that I'm going to talk, I'm actually setting up for it now, and it's going to be one of those long streams. And I definitely want to get a panel going before it, but I have a lot to say about climate change, what's been going on with the world, the obvious things that are happening, whether it's hurricanes on the west coast of California, or it's the 110-degree summers of Texas. All of the above I want to talk about. The lack of winter that everyone had, um, everything, because there's a lot behind it. And I think there's a lot more behind it than just climate change. You know me, guys. I am a conspiracy theorist still, and I do think there are mischievous reasonings for why they use weather modification and geoengineering, especially when it comes to guys like Bill Gates, David Keith, and all these others that are involved in it, whether it's politicians or et cetera, et cetera. I have so much to say about it that I've been biting my tongue on. Um, and at the same time, I'm happy I did. I'd like to thank Barney for this aspect of it. The past 4 years, I've probably never done more research than I have over the past 4 years. And I realized that not talking about it all the time I've actually gives you a lot of room to define stuff to talk about, and there's a lot. They are doing geoengineering. When I say they are doing geoengineering, it is still research. It's on small scales, but there are places that are starting to see the effects of it on the bordering of it, right? Um, the test that they're starting, this is just like a sneak peek to what I wanted to talk about, is when they talk about doing tests and research these things, it's not geoengineering, it's the applied science behind the geoengineering on a local scale, um, kind of like cloud seeding. Um, and those things aren't things really to worry about. And at the same time, they are, because you can't really get a global scale of what this practice would, or this method would do. Um, but more importantly, what's happening now is this legislation is looking at it as an opportunity to not have to get rid of fossil fuels, but to mitigate it themselves. And what will end up happening is they'll put all their eggs in a basket for one thing. And what's happens is it goes from a local, and then they start spreading or making the experiments and studies larger. Once it gets to a large enough scale, not globally, if I was going to give you guys a scale for it, if we were going to use California, if they are permitted to do geoengineering research on a quarter of California, um, over time, half of California, right, is going to start seeing the effects of it. It's going to trickle into a global, because everything around California starts getting affected, as an example. And I want to show you guys these examples of what I'm talking about is happening, and why. And you're gonna love this. Why cloud seeding is is going to become. Wow, that's weird. The new regular seasonal change, because they are trying to change stuff like that. So we're going to talk about all those things. We're going to get into it, and you guys are going to get annoyed that I talk about weather modification so much, but this was actually the real reason I even started doing live stream. And a lot of that stuff will come from, if you haven't heard of it, check it out so you know what I'm going to be talking about. Not all, but a lot of my research goes to from Climate Viewer 3D. It's an interactive website that helps you understand what weather modification is, how they're using it for different effects of different things, et cetera, et cetera. That's just a piece of it, but it's a good start if you don't understand the topic or you want to know what I'm talking about when I get deeper into the conversation. But yeah, those are the fun stuff that I want to do. Um, what up? What's up, Cynic? It's been a very long time, sir. How you been? You always get here at the very end. Well, actually, it's not the very end. I think I got another 15, 20 in me, mainly to talk about what I want to do anyway, but doubtful for the main topics of things. Um, did want to say, oh, I didn't want to forget, because I know I will if I don't say it now. If you guys are on Discord and you guys are sick of that drama crap, check out the Medicinal Mass Media Discord server. He does debates there. He kind of runs into the same way I do my panels, where it's no disrespect. Uh, Leave all the crap from other places out of it, and et cetera, et cetera. But check that out. It's a different place that's actually building. It's freshly new, but I mean it's building. We're in almost near 2,000, 3,000 members right now. It's not mine, but I definitely am trying to help him out. And then his YouTube channel's in the my descriptions as well. If you haven't, please go check out that interview. Especially, and this goes out to the Glovers. If you haven't seen the interview yet, You guys need to go watch the interview. So when you're asked about it, you guys can stop acting like you know what he wants from this experiment and actually give people the real answers rather than trying to just play a gotcha when it's not even time for the gotcha yet. But that is on his channel. The interview was yesterday, so it's going to be the last. I'm pretty sure it's going to be the last live stream or upload he has because I know he does like to upload them up there. But check those out. Um, yeah, good to be back, Cynic. Missed it. I missed it so damn much. We're gonna have to get you on here sometime. Um, yeah. Matter of fact, for tomorrow, I'll go ahead and declare it now. I think I definitely okay. So I have a flat earther that I want to try to get on here. You guys know him, Brian Leakey. Mainly because I know I can have a conversation for hours with him because he will just run the weeds. It's fun. But more importantly, if that doesn't happen, I'll probably do like the first half. We'll do. I want to go into the Terrance Howard stuff. I wanted to talk about that levitation thing and the electromagnetic field manipulation because it is a thing, right? That's not. It's not exactly impossible to perceive. But I mean, what he was saying, he hasn't invented things that do that. But understand that these are the ideas and the things that they're trying to do to advance. Ready for that, Sean? Ready to advance military tech. Because in my opinion, UFOs are just military tech. It's advanced technology. It would be under these same guides of what we're talking about. It wouldn't break physics, but it means that we understand how to manipulate physics more. So what's gonna happen is I'm gonna get the hell out of here. Matter of fact, I'm gonna have to because this call is about to end anyway. But that's fine because I can change it. Nope. So you guys are gonna just see a blank screen in a second, but that's fine because who cares? All right, no, actually you're good. You guys can still see it. Perfect. So what we're gonna do, I'm gonna go ahead and get out of here pretty soon. Turn this panel off because obviously no need for it. Give me a second. Sure. All right, here we go. Panel off of there. Yeah, so like I said, I'll get everything all situated on there so things run a lot smoother. We get the chat up there. Got the chat in there now, but it's not going good. Sean, it will. I think what I'm going to start doing, guys, and I need your guys' feedback because I want this to be like it was, like I've been saying over and over again. I want it to be like it was, where we have people on the panel just bullshitting, getting into arguments about topics. So I need to know the time that it's best for you. Right now, the best time for me is 2 Central, which is like noon West, 3 o'clock East Coast time. If that's too late in the day, let me know. I still have the flexible schedule in my life that I can do this. Sorry, I can do this almost any time. So let me know what's best for you guys, and it'll be perfect for me. What else is better? If you guys are on Discord, have any ideas or anything, message me on Discord, and I'll get you on the panels. If you guys have presentations, Discord is going to be the best way to find me nowadays. Other than that, if you comment in any of these live streams, I see them all. I try to react at least to them, and we'll go from there. Whether you want it to be a debate, whether you want to just have a one-on-one with me or somebody else, or you want me to just stop talking about something, that's where you're going to do it, and that's how you do it. Guys, I do appreciate everything. I thank everyone that's here just for being back. Thank you for coming back to hear me just ramble again. It's going to get fun. I got a lot of things planned, and the opportunity to actually get a lot of these things done now. And I'm just excited to be back. I'm sure you guys can hear it. I keep rambling about it. So I'm going to get out of here so I don't keep rambling. And I appreciate it again, guys. I'll see you soon. Tomorrow it'll be about 2 Central, give or take a half hour. So it'll be 1:30, 2:30. But in this is going to be like the time slot I'm going to go for right now. If you guys want to BS still, I'll be over at the ummmmm server. That's pretty much where I hang out most of the time now. Links in the description. Thanks, guys. Soon.
If it disagrees with experiment, it's wrong. And that simple statement is the key to science. It doesn't make a difference how beautiful your guess is. It doesn't make a difference how smart you are who made the guess or what his name is. If it disagrees with experiment, it's wrong.
Yeah, look, they said that I couldn't do it, so I went and did it. W's only, you know I've been winning. Top of the world, the globe is spinning. If you know, you know, I've been on a mission. Go. Okay, let's get it. Got a little time on my hands like a wristwatch. I don't got time for the brakes and the pit stop. Race through the gridlock, take it like Chris Rock. Right to the chin, still win. Heavy metals like Slipknot. Got the driving, I got tunnel vision. I just hit my stride the way I run the business. I've been making paper like I'm Dunder Mifflin. See the end game, I got one division. Look, I don't ever bother with a critic. Hit him with a chronicle of Riddick. Boom, bottle full of Ritalin. I hit him with a little bit of riddle me this, riddle me that. My bad, fell asleep at the gas. No time to wait though. Elon Musk, I'm trying to bankroll. New Tesla just cause I say so. Electric whip like Ivan Van Gogh. I just did it. W's only, you know I've been winning. Top of the world, the globe is spinning. If you know, you know, I've been on a mission. Okay, let's get it.
I've been on a mission like totally spice. I'm bad she bad, but she totally nice. Nails are blue and her toes feel like white. They complete me, met jou, dat is zo voor mijn lijk. Je knew it for sure, but he left with a white.